Hi guys. Today is going to be episode 3, The Caretaker's Burden, Self-Sacrifice and Boundaries. So let me ask you some questions. Have you ever felt responsible for everyone else's happiness? How about everyone else's problems? That one was definitely a big one for me. Everyone else's emotions? Yes. Have you ever been the strong one? Absolutely, my entire life. The fixer, the caretaker, the protector, the one everyone depends on, which is also me. But secretly, you're exhausted. If so, this episode is for you. Because today we're talking about self-sacrifice, boundaries, and the hidden burden many trauma survivors carry. Welcome back to Unbound Rewritten with Laura. Today's conversation is personal because for much of my life, I believed my worth was tied to what I could do for other people. And that one was a hard one to really understand how self-worth went with that, because I totally thought I loved myself and, didn't have a problem in that department. But you got to get really, really, really deep into that space. Because yeah, you can feel that way. But the issue is when this began at the start of birth, that's when it's subconscious and unconscious. And if you don't tap into those spaces, then you're not necessarily going to connect to that, to do the deeper work. So I became the caretaker, the protector, the provider, the strong one. And while those roles helped me survive, they eventually became the very things that kept me from healing. Because I was always distracted by somebody, unfortunately. I mean, literally everybody in my family that I was surrounded by all had the same or similar problems. And yet, I mean, I can't blame them for, I guess for me, I loved people through doing and helping, again, fixing, rescuing. So I'm the one that made the conscious choice to want to help them. They never even asked. I just, was the one that just decided to do so. But one thing you really have to realize is that until somebody actually thinks that they have a problem or they actually want help, then the only person you're hurting is yourself. The only one that's being exhausted and feeling sick is yourself. That is the intelligence here. So unfortunately, no matter how much you love somebody, you have to let go and let God. Or just let go if you're not a spiritual person. Just let go. It's not your problem. There's nothing you can do about it. As hard as it is, as much as it hurts, no matter how close they are to you, even if it's your kids, there's nothing you can do if they're not ready. And the only person it affects is you. I promise. So while those roles helped me survive, they eventually became the very things that kept me from healing, which I just said. But I just wanted to reiterate it again because it's so true. Children aren't born believing they're responsible for everyone else. They learn it. I learned it through trauma. I learned it through chaos. I learned it through being placed in situations where I had to grow up too fast. When children aren't protected, they often become protectors. When children aren't cared for, they often become caretakers. When children don't feel safe, they often become hyper responsible. And that's exactly what happened to me. I guess just another subconscious or unconscious thing that I took on when I was an infant was, and I think a lot of very highly sensitive empaths deep down believe, if you're not connected to it yet, is that all the things that we feel, all the pain, the hurt, the sadness, whatever the feeling is, we don't wish that on anybody else. We don't want others to feel that way. We want to take that pain away from them. So that's why we do these things, unfortunately. So the hidden cost of self-sacrifice. People praised me for being strong, responsible, dependable, selfless. What they didn't see was the cost. I didn't know how to ask for help. I wouldn't even ask for help. My ego just would not allow it. I felt embarrassed because, again, I'm the strong one. I didn't know how to receive. So, I mean, it's sad, but going back to, I didn't know how to ask for help. I didn't have anybody to ask for help. Nobody was going to help me. Nobody I ever knew around me was going to help me. And if I did, nothing happened. The second one, I didn't know how to receive. Yeah, that one also made me cringe, feel embarrassed, but nobody ever offered anything to me. And I didn't know how to rest. Unfortunately, when you only have yourself and, you leave the house at 15, you have no choice but to be in survival mode and do what you got to do. So there's really no time for that. There's really just no time if it's just you. It makes it a lot harder when it's just you, unfortunately. And then I decided to purposely make 2 children, one at 19 and one at 26, so 7 years apart, on purpose because I wanted my time later on in life. So what I didn't know is that the partners that I chose, I thought were going to help me. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And I even literally sat them down, both of them, before even making a child to make sure that that's what they wanted. And we were on the same page. And they agreed. We made them. And still, it ended up just being me. I didn't know how to choose myself without guilt. Well, I wasn't even a thought on the radar. So it's not that I came last. I didn't come at all. I was invincible. I was even treating my own self like shit, and I didn't even know it back then. Again, what I thought was love was the complete opposite of what I should have been doing, honestly. So yeah, so a lot of hard lessons for me, for sure. That if somebody would have taught me, or if I would have been around healthy people that showed it, then I wouldn't have had to go through 90% of the shit that I did. I had become so focused on everyone else's needs that I lost sight of my own. And eventually that creates resentment, burnout, and exhaustion. And that's where I'm at today. I'm finally there today. It only took me 15 years of healing this particular part, but I'm now there. One of the greatest lies trauma survivors believe is that boundaries are selfish. And they're not. Again, 15 years to realize this. They're not. Took 15 years to not feel guilty. Took 15 years to tell somebody no. Took 15 years of a lot of hardcore healing from birth till about a year ago to finally get to a place where I mattered. I'm somebody too. I have feelings too, just like everybody else. I go through shit too. And, there's the saying, you can't help anybody else until you help yourself first. I never understood that. I would hear it sometimes here and there, but I didn't get it. To me, that didn't make any sense. So boundaries are self-respect, and boundaries are honesty, I should say. Boundaries are recognizing that your needs matter too. For years, I thought loving people meant sacrificing myself. Healing taught me something different. Love does not require self-abandonment. It doesn't. And it's something that I did and everybody else did to me. Healthy relationships don't require self-abandonment. Even my own relationships, every single relationship that I had ever been in, when it came to a romantic partner, was the exact same. And they never once said anything about it. You know, even the last one, you know, that ended up being 12 years. He would literally remind me as I started to grow and change and start choosing myself in certain areas. Oh, I remember and I wish, you know, that we could go back to when the world revolved around me. How fucking selfish. It's disgusting. So yeah, you can love people and still say no. You can care deeply and still have limits. You can be compassionate without carrying everybody else's burdens. Maybe you've spent your life being the strong one. Maybe you've become so good at taking care of everyone else that you've forgotten how to take care of yourself. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you are overwhelmed. Maybe you're ready to stop carrying things that were never yours to carry. If that's you, I want you to hear this. Your needs matter. Your feelings matter. Your healing matters. And choosing yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. Healing isn't learning how to carry more. It's learning how to put some of it down. Thank you for joining me for episode 3 of Unbound and Rewritten with Laura. And remember, you are never meant to stay bound. Thank you, and I will see you in episode 4.